What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. Back at it again with another one. Here's an excerpt from my life. This video is about my first robbery. My first armed robbery, almost was a homicide. There's a saying when you're in the streets that goes, a robbery could turn into a homicide case. And that is very, very true. Now, I'm going to take it back. This was 2005, I believe. I was 14 years old. An older guy from around the way approached us because we had already started involving ourselves in streets, going to the mall on 161st Street, extorting other kids, taking hats, chains, beating them up for no reason. Real ignorant shit. None of the shit that I suggest any other young guys do. But you know, when you're a part of that environment, just like they say, you become a product of your environment. Now, this older guy from around the way, he approaches us. This was nighttime. He tells us that he has a jukes lined up. Now, for those of you who don't know what a jukes is a robbery. You know, that's just slang for robbery. So he tells us that he has the jukes lined up, and the guy has weed, a couple bands, and a sidekick phone. The sidekick phones were very, very lit at this current point in time. You know, we used to rob other kids for the sidekick phones, take them to the hood, sell it to a drug dealer, can easily get from $75 to $100. When you 14, 15, that means something, you know what I'm saying? You get a pair of sneakers, you could buy your weed, you could get a couple items of clothing, you know. So anyway, he tells us that he has this jokes lined up and all he needs is the weed. So we agree to that. Now he tells us, hey, listen, little niggas, this is a big boy job. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna need the hammer. For those of you that don't know what a hammer is, that's a gun. Any kind of gun is a hammer. Hammer, gat, pistol, whatever. That's all slang for guns. So, we go in his building, and he's basically coaching us on how to do it. So, he says, hey, I'm setting it up through my mans. So, my mans is going to be walking with this dude, waiting for the bus stop by the park. All y'all gotta do is run down and just get busy. I'm gonna let y'all know when it's time. So while we in the staircase, he pulls out a 38 revolver. Now, he pulls out a 38 revolver. He asks who wants it, but being that my boy Rich Green was there, he was always the bigger one out of all of us, he gave the gun to Rich Green. At this current point in time, G-Unit was out, 50 Cent was the hottest nigga in the streets, and you know what I'm saying? And for some reason, I wanted to be just like 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? So when the older dude walked away, me and Rich Green are talking, and I'm like, yo, give me the gun. I'ma do it. Like, I'ma take the gun. Like, I'ma rob the nigga. Like, it's my time. He was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. So he gives me the gun. We leave the building. We are walking around close to the park, but not at the park, because he was going to alert us when they were close by the park, waiting for the bus stop with the other guy. And how that plan was that the older guy and his friend were walking with the potential victim, and we were just gonna run up and, you know what I'm saying, do our thing. And he told us that his friend is gonna have to make it real. So he might punch a couple of us in the face. I'm like, cool, you know, for the bread, you know what I'm saying, let's get it. So fast forward, the time comes, it's me, Rich Green, my man Payne, and my man Melly. Free that nigga out the you-know. So we finally get there. We see the older dude that gave us the gun. We see his friend, and we see this other guy with a book bag. So we know automatically that that's the guy. So boom, we see him. We immediately swarm as if we came out the blue. We swarmed them. This guy started fighting with us. You know what I'm saying? He was tough. He started fighting with us. Whole time I got the gun in my pocket. I forgot for a second that I even had the gun in my pocket. So this dude fighting with us and all that. We trying to take his book bag, you know what I'm saying, off of him. He's not giving the book bag up. He's fighting us back. Then boom, I get punched in the face. Boom, right in my jaw by the older guy's friend. This was according to plan. So I let it rock. Otherwise, me and him would have been fighting. But I let it rock. Boom. So we still tussling with the dude. He goes around and, Payne, I love you, bro. If you ever see this, don't be mad at me. But I got to tell the truth. I got to give the people the facts. So he gets to Payne. I guess Payne, at the same time, was trying to step over, I guess, a water bottle or something on the floor. But the guy's friend come and he cracks Payne. Boom! Payne hit the floor. You know what I'm saying? Just 2 hits. Him and Payne hit the floor. Mind you, my nigga Payne, not pussy. I just want to say that. You know what I'm saying? I done got hit in the face and hit the floor too, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing. But he hit Payne. Payne hits the floor, right? So Payne gets back up. Payne is mad. Payne walks up to me. Payne like, yo, Juju, give me the gun. Give me the gun. I forgot I even had the gun. Meanwhile, like I said, we by the park. So it's another dude who we know. His mother is having a cookout. So she happened to be watching it. She heard Payne say, give me the gun. She starts screaming. She starts screaming and shit. She like, oh, they got a gun. Watch out, watch out. So me remembering that I had the gun, I grabs the 38. I immediately put it to the nigga chin like this. Put it to the nigga chin. I'm like, yo, give me the fucking bag right now. And I pulled the trigger. It clicked. No bullet came out. But he got scared after I said that, and he gave the bag up. He gave the bag up. You know what I'm saying? So my man takes the bag. We start hearing police. So we run. We run up the block to my building. We go on the 2nd floor. We go in somebody's apartment. The fucked up shit was, us being young, we didn't even realize that this shit was a setup. We get to the apartment. We go in the nigga bag. All the nigga had was the weed, which the older dude wanted, and a sidekick phone that the other dude took as well. And there was no money. No money at all. He caught us. He swindled us. He knew the nigga who he robbed, so he didn't want to do it himself to make it hot for his friend, so he got the young dumb kids to do it. And he took the money, he offered us some crack. My other mans took the crack. I'm not going to say who it was, but my other mans took the crack. I still don't know nothing about selling no drugs. I was a stick-up kid my whole life, you know what I'm saying? So he took the bag. He said, good looking out, little niggas. And the nigga left. Now, the reason why that guy didn't die after I pulled that trigger was because right before he left the staircase with us, before we ever committed this robbery, he said it. He said, Y'all little niggas is stupid. Let me take the bullets out of this. It was fully loaded, 6 shots. He took every shell out. And because of that, he set us up, but he also saved all of our lives. Because that being my first armed robbery, I took that gun, I literally put it to his chin, and without thinking, I pulled the trigger. I would have blew his brains right up out his head. And there's no way we would have got away with that, because there was tons of witnesses, and it had just been bad. I wouldn't even be able to talk to y'all today. So like I said, that's the story of my first armed robbery. Almost was a murder. I could have been locked up right now doing life. That's what happens in the streets. Shit could go left in a second. And you gotta watch out for people that's trying to get over on you, man. Because it's a lot of people like that. All my young dudes in the streets, man, don't be listening to any older nigga in the street that ain't telling you ways that you could get out the street. They bad for you. Half of them is snitching. And they just trying to line you up because they paid informants. Remember that. That was my story. Nate Almighty. Stay bald, people. Peace.